Hello everyone and welcome back to Addo's Playtime. Today we're jumping back into Oxygen Not Included. That's right, we're getting ready to try to get ourselves into the mid game here. And with our calorie count being so low at the end of the last episode, we did start getting quite a few hatchling eggs in our evolution chamber here. So that will probably be giving us some nutrition here in the very near future. In the meantime, we were trying to find another water source, but unfortunately, the saltwater geyser is all that we've found. We were still exploring quite a bit and trying to get some things figured out. I think today our main goal will be to kind of just pool up the remaining bit of water that we have currently. We may even try to prepare this as a bigger tank for the polluted water for our self-powered oxygen maker, and then still just continue to find the last bits of geysers and hope that we find one more water source, because if not, we just do not have enough and we will probably have to tame this cool steam vent and maybe any other steam vents that we have. I think there was another one somewhere here, so if we have to tap into both of these to get our water, I guess we'll have to do it. I've never done it that way, and I've never tamed a cool steam vent. Words are hard, but I'm hoping that we find something else. We have been training our legs off up here with all of our employees and all of our people, trying to get them up to snuff so that we can utilize the 15 dupes that we have. But that is all that we can really afford right now, as we do not have another water source to get going. We'll probably also just prepare this for when it's time to start desalinating that water and then pumping it up into this tank as well. So yeah, we'll probably run that on some automation. The desalinator will, I think I'm going to try to get that inside the base, because something like that is good to have inside the base, as it does need to be emptied out from time to time because it accumulates salt and things of that nature. And something like as important as your oxygen probably needs to be inside your base. It's just a good rule of thumb, according to all of the people who have ever played Oxygen Not Included. So with that being said, I'm still going to explore some map. I really think it's time to get into steel. We definitely are going to need some steel items in the very near future, especially if we need to tame these cool steam vents. And I believe we might even try to expand the base out just a little bit here. I'll probably give myself a little bit more space to do some things, and maybe even square it off right here. This seems like a pretty valuable area as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get some things queued up. When I find a new vent or geyser or anything like that, I will go ahead and jump back into this and let you guys see where we're at. But in the if we get time today, I want to try to get either some geothermal power going, or even get maybe a petroleum boiler. That would be my kind of big goal for today, but I don't know if we'll have enough time to get all that done. So if you are liking what you're seeing, please don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell so you can be alerted when Oxygen Not Included drops. But with that being said, we will go ahead and jump right into getting some stuff done. I'll be back as soon as something interesting happens. All right, and with this, we are just about complete. We are just putting the final two pieces here on the expansion of this tank. I also just kind of smoothed the side here because we may run a tube up and down here. I don't know exactly what we'll do here yet. So at the same time, we have queued up this giant tank here that we're going to try to get all of these different fluids that are through here into this one tank. We may have to do some pumping and some things of that nature, but that'll be no problem. We can funnel it all down into one pile and then bring it up into here. We can transport all the slime in here and all that jazz. I haven't allowed them to break through into this yet, just because I'm just being very cautious about making sure I get this done first before I go into here. The other reason that we want to do this is because I'm pretty sure we're going to put all that polluted water in here. We may even filter things out, one go one way and one go the other. This liquid is at 24C, this one is at 24C, but this is the steam one, and I want that one to go into this water. I don't really care if this water over here gets too hot. Plus there's a lot of mass, so it'll balance itself out for the most part. And if we are taming this guy, we will need to make sure that we have it go over here instead of going into our clean water. So I don't know if this has any germs in it. No surface germs. Well, that's really nice. So we are actually, this polluted water is somewhat clean. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. So yeah, so we may even, so if we filter this out and get it in there into our clean water tank, that would be really, really good. I don't know if we ever contaminated. I think we had some slime lung in here at one time, but we seem to have fixed that problem on our own. So yeah, now I'm going to get them queued up to get this done, and then it'll also reveal some of the map over here. We're still hoping for that other water maker so that we can maybe oxygenate our dupes a little bit. So I will kind of cut back in when this is all complete. And with those last couple blocks being put in, we are complete with this water tank. So there we go. We have finished this off. And now what we're going to do is a low-level sweep command. And we are going to make sure that the bottom of this tank is all cleaned out. Maybe we'll make it a little bit of a priority 6. We can leave all that stuff up there. I don't care. You make these local bins, it makes it a little bit easier for them to put everything in there. So as long as it's a sweep command. Now, something else that I've been thinking about doing is making like a local area to drop off all of the eggs that we don't care about, so that when they naturally evolve into their final state, that we have all that meat for ourselves. That's why I'm thinking to expand the base out this direction. I'm going to try to wall this off all the way to here. And then we will make kind of like extend our kitchen and do all, because eventually we're going to have a really nice kitchen here with a deep freeze. I'm going to try that for the first time. But I want to try to core out all of this and get this base expanded a little bit. And hopefully that will help us with our deep freeze in the near future. I need to set these to stone hatchlings. No, I wanted to set these to smooth. That's what I had put those there for. I want to get those guys in here, priority 7. We'll get those done as quick as we can, because I think they're actually... Yes, the smooth hatchling eggs are in here. I do not want those to die. I want those to be smooth hatches. And then I want them, when they are hatched, to be put in here. Oh, they haven't. I haven't even gotten one yet. So I can't even select them yet. All right, we haven't discovered them yet. Even though we have an egg. Okay. Yeah, so we're still doing okay on the calorie count. We have tons of pickled meal, a little bit of muckroot and things of that going. We still haven't quite taken off on the barbecue, but I'm pretty sure with this amount of incubating hatch eggs that we will probably pretty soon see some turnover on that. It'll definitely be getting our stuff up as soon as possible. Also, a few things came through here. I want to make sure that under liquefiables that we are putting all of the ice and all of the snow in here as soon as we can. There was some things that came across the printer pod as we were digging out these 2 little tanks here, that I had an option to get ice, and I just realized that I don't have any ice storage. So I want to put that in here. It'll cool this water off a bit, which is fine. If we need to heat it up, we can do it. It's not a big deal. So yeah, we're gonna store all of our ice in here. We're gonna make that a priority 6. Copy it across to all these guys so that they get it done. There's just a few little tidying things that I want to do. I also am gonna probably do a mass sweep here soon in the base. There's quite a bit of stuff, and that really hurts our decor pretty bad. As you can see, there's only one place that's worthy of sleeping in or being in. Even here in the bedrooms, it's just a little bit of a negative, and I want to try to fix that as best as I can. I'm thinking probably some paintings in here or something to that nature. Our reed fiber, I did notice that in our last episode at the end of it. Why is our reed fiber not working? It's probably because we are full. Okay, so what we're going to do here is going to take a bridge and we will start. Let me have a think about this for a second. I can't remember exactly how to do this. Let me kind of refer back to some notes. Okay, so after referring back to my notes, I realized that this is correct. So I am going to come in here. It's going to prioritize going into the sieve first, and then it's going to go and get sieved and be watered to be reused. If it cannot fit in here, it's going to go across to this one, which will go into here and then feed polluted water into our thimble reeds. What it is that I haven't filled up this tank and this water line just quite yet. So we still have a little bit more time before this is fully operational. I could probably speed it along by throwing some polluted water into it. But to be honest with you, since we're basically living off of this one salt geyser here soon, and this is all the polluted water we have that we're using for our oxygen, it just does not seem like a good idea at the moment. So I think that the next order of business here is to get these waters into this tank. As we can see, we revealed quite a bit over here. So I think I'm going to dig down and smash out this biome, finally cap off this guy. I might even try to sneak in here very carefully to get this guy analyzed and as a priority 9 and cap it off as quickly as possible. I'm going to probably save these thimbleweed seeds in their natural state here in this biome. But yeah, I'm going to try to get in here and get this done. I'm going to dump this water into this tank first, and then I'm going to try my best to sneak across here and get into this cool steam vent. So we'll queue some more things up and we'll get back to you when something interesting happens. All right, so as our water kind of just trickles in here, I have decided to kind of make a makeshift liquid lock. I'm going to try to use some of the liquid that's in here. It'll probably naturally flow down in here. I'm just doing this really, really carefully. That way I don't disturb too much of the dirt and I get the liquid lock that I want. And actually I can cancel that out. So this way also I don't lose too much water. I know I'm going to lose some, but not a lot. This was the best I could do because these thimble reeds are just kind of in the way a bit to allow me to put the liquid lock where I kind of wanted it, which was here. But liquid locks being as big as they are, it's a little tough to actually, you know, get the blocks and you get the things get in the way, blah, 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 blah. But with this liquid lock here, I mean, I have 500 kilograms. I can actually get in here and finally analyze this sucker, and hopefully it stays over pressurized while my dupe is analyzing it. So it is set to a priority 9, and also my dupes can get in here and wall this thing in for the time being. So this is kind of a double good. And then once that's done, I plan on just coring out this whole biome and of all this slime and trying to get it all into one place, and then dropping that sucker, pumping that water over maybe into this tank. And we'll probably bust out the bottom of this in the very near future. We may even make our storage go down so that we can keep that slime from off-gassing and things of that nature, just making our dupes' lives miserable. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and let this rock and roll, and we'll go from there. Calorie count is looking good. We have quite a bit of stuff going on. So we have actually even found some muckroot. I think they found it somewhere right here, but they've already picked it up. It was probably in one of these cracks that we hadn't gotten to yet. But now with this all done, we'll mop all this junk up. Oh, there's some muckroot right there. We'll mop all this junk up and we will start letting the water flow back in. Know-it-all is hard at work here. He has been kind of trapped in here. That's why he was so hard at work at it. But he just about has that sucker analyzed. I believe that he was just a touch away from being done with it. So, and all of that sweet, juicy water is overflowing because it's overpressurized. I figured this would happen. I knew it was actually going to happen, but it's not too bad because this is coming out at 49C and it's dropping into 31C water. Now, it is hotter here than anywhere else, but you're talking about a tremendous amount of volume. This will equal out over time. It is a lot of water that it's going to have to, air quote, heat up in the time that this is going to, you know, come out. So to be honest with you, this isn't a bad way of doing this. I could probably just let this go, but it's not very efficient, and I want to try to get it as efficiently as possible. I have seen some things on Reddit. I have watched some tutorials on YouTube on how exactly to tame one of these things, and I understand what they're saying, but the biggest thing that we need to know is, and now that we're analyzed, oh, we want to sweep that up. Priority 9. Yeah, we definitely want that somewhere. Is how much water is this going to give us? Now, according to the wikis and according to the Reddits and everything I've seen, these things all put out about the same average output. Sometimes it's less, you know, more often it's less than others, but this one is putting out 1,600 grams a second, which means with combination between our saltwater geyser putting out 2,800 and that, we should have enough water to support the 28 to 30 dupes that we want. So I think I'm going to have to tap this one and then analyze the other one up here just for a few extra, you know, kgs of water. I think it's very important that I probably do that, as I do not have another option right now for water. And honestly, we've revealed more of the map and I don't see any niobium anywhere. Honestly, all I see is hot. Like, I think geothermal power, we're going to be set for life. This place is way hotter than I expected. And like I said, I wanted to have a nice, easy playthrough because this is my first time back after probably a year of putting this game down. I put it down before the DLC came out, or just at, so I'm just worried that I don't know if I'm going to have enough water to sustain this base. And I'd hate to stop a playthrough when I just started it, but I won't do that. Like I said, our goal is to get to the temporal tear to actually beat the game. And then after that, we can start having more fun, we'll say. But yeah, so we're going to check out that for a little while. Let's see what the printer pod has in store for us. Okay, so I know that our calorie count is at 32 and our dupes are at 15, and it's a little bit risky, but I really want to take Pie here just because of the fact that they have suit wearing as a start. They're a shabby dresser, so they don't need as much decor. It's fine. Green Thumb don't care. We're basically going to use them as a builder digger. Yes, I see that this person here is a builder digger right off the bat, but that +2 athletics helps us out in the training room as quickly as possible. So I think that we are going to accept Pie and rename them Construct. That's right. They will be the Construct. They even may be a manager one day with that research and science and stuff because they're important. All right, so we're going to print them out. We are going to immediately get them a bed. They should get a mess table right off the bat, so we'll assign that to them. We are also going to let Construct into here because that's all their life is going to be. They're not going to be allowed outside the base. Yeah, so that will be their life from there on. We will put them on a schedule. Do we have one? we do not have one. We will make them a new schedule then. So we went ahead and made our construct here on this one. We moved to second schedule because I'm tired of making schedules. And we have our stressed out schedule right here. So we will let construct go there. We will immediately put construct. Where are you at? You have your 1 skill point in advanced research. We will give you your workout helmet. Yeah, so that will be what we do there. In the meantime, we will continue kind of working on this, capping this sucker off. I probably need to get some ladders so they can get that top part. I'm going to put these as sweep only, and we're going to do water because we have a bunch of that. Make that a priority 6 so that they kind of make sure they get that done. That way they can mop this up and immediately turn it into here. And yeah, so we will get ready to, once this is capped off, we will go ahead and get ready to start clearing out this biome and just kind of seeing what this piece of the map that we still haven't revealed. I mean, it goes all the way down to here. So we're going to start kind of revealing this piece of the map. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I will pop in when something interesting happens. All right, so we finally got this sucker capped off and we are ready to dig out this entire biome. In the meantime, I have queued up quite a bit of construction here. We're going to start pumping this clean liquid out over here into this. Now, what I want to do is I wanted to put this hydro sensor here so that when we get up to this point, this thing will shut off. And I think what I'll do in the very near future is I will probably line up some tanks here on some airflow tiles, and we will make sure that we have a lot of extra water in here. So if it can't pump it into here, then it'll prioritize it into that area. So this hydro sensor will be set to like 800 kilos. That way I have plenty in here. So we'll just go ahead and set that to 800. There, 800 kilos. Got it. Okay, so when it is above 800 kilos, it will turn this on. So let's hook up the automation. Or no, I'm sorry, when it's below, send a green signal if it's below 800. Once it's above it, it will allow that water to go through. So this is a gold amalgam pump. We have set that up. We have it on its own transformer coming all the way over here. Why don't you have power? Do I have that hooked up backwards? No power consumers. Oh, we are waiting on... Oh, can we not reach that? Whoops. Sorry, Dupes. So yeah, once they get that last little piece done, then we will have power. We will start pumping that out. There we go. We have got all that swept up there. So we will just do it again. So this is how I kind of clear out an area if I want to. I put it to sweep only, tell it to sweep up what I want it to, and then once they get full up, I just dump it right back on the ground because I don't really care too much about it. I want to check on our plumbing here. So we are still we're getting close. Lots of germs, but the germs are dying slowly. But we are getting close. I just want to make sure that I have hooked this all up right and that it will work once it's up and going. But we won't know that until this tank gets completely full, which will eventually happen. So I'm excited to see that kind of get rolling. This is capped off. Okay, so are we pumping water yet? Did we don't have this going on. Okay, let me troubleshoot this. And oh, I know what it is. I did not hook up to this just yet. Boom, that's what it was. All right, so now we've hooked that up. It is pumping that water. It is going to pump it up here. We are looking at, I put it over in this corner because this is where the heat is the least. Over here, it's a little bit hotter. So hopefully as it'll pump up all of this stuff first, and then I will do a secondary tank over here. And we will go ahead and get it going, or get it over into our oxygen tank here in a little bit. So I think it's almost time for us to do that, to be honest. But I'm going to fill up this tank first, and then I want to start pouring it in this because I do not want the slime to be off-gassing in the meantime. So I think it is about time to destroy all this, get this sweet, juicy water into this tank, and then we're going to destroy this slime biome. So here we go. Let's queue up the digging and queue up the destructing. Oh yeah. My favorite thing about this game is watching how the water kind of interacts with things, like how it does flow, for lack of a better term. So here we go. There it goes, right into there. The good thing about it is that it does flow naturally, so it will slowly go into here. Oh man, that's so cool. It is heating up this water quite a bit, but again, this water is at 21, and we're pouring in, I mean, we're going to probably pour in, what would this be? We're going to pour in 29 times 3, 6,000 kilos, almost 7,000 kilos of water into this thing, into a tank that is already hundreds. Yeah, so that's a lot of, I don't know. I can't, math is hard. So, yeah, it's going to pour in quite a bit of stuff there. So we are ready to, I think, finally start tackling this biome. And yeah, I'm going to avoid these things. I want to make sure that they stay where they're supposed to. And yeah, okay, here we go. All right. I think that'll keep him busy for quite some time, don't you? Oh, all right. So this is where we're at, and we're going to go ahead and start the digging process. I'm going to start by digging right through. Let's see. I want to dig out this part and this part, so that we definitely have somewhere for this water to go so it doesn't spill over into our other stuff. Yeah, so I think that this is going to be awesome. So I did my little trick, as I always do, making sure that the ladders are prioritized in a way so that they get all of the kind of main paths done first. Oops. So they're going to prioritize going straight down and going straight across here. I just want to make sure that they can get up and down, and that they can get across and out of here when they need to. So this will take quite some time to do. And I just realized that I did something that I did not want to do, and I'm lucky that I caught it soon enough. I think there was one there, right? I do not want to dig these up if I can help it. Oof, that was close. Definitely did not want to do that. But what I do want to do with those is put them on. Oh, that's right. I did the whole map the last time well, not all of it, but all the main parts. So they should be getting along with this quite swimmingly, and I think that we will just sit here and watch them work. So as I was watching this kind of get completed, I had a printer pod activation, but even more better, I have found out that employee number 3 is finally ready to be skill scrubbed and let out of the base. So if we look at skills on employee number 3, he is up to a level 10 athletics, and that is our magic number. So we are going to skill scrub him, and we are going to get him out of the base to help out with everything else. So under his priorities, let's just make sure that he is set up correctly. Employee number 3, where are you? Where are you? Know-it-all. Employee 2, mole man. Employee 3. So we're going to make sure that he has a normal amount of that, and we're going to do supplying and storing. We'll do storing there. And then we will also have him get a little bit of tidying and operating. And then, yeah, everything else can just be normal. So if he wants to dig, he can, if there's some digging to be done. And I'm excited to have him out of the base. What that means is as soon as he's skill scrubbed and we give him back his skills, we will absolutely get him. Oh, why do we have these? I'll look at that in a minute. We will get him going with everybody else, getting things supplied and stuff like that, so he can start helping out in the digging and constructing and the tidying and all that stuff. I'm really excited to get him out of the base. I have been anticipating this moment for quite some time. Our calorie count is looking a lot better, and we finally have 4,000 barbecue. That means that we are evolving. Oh, we have some more smooth hatchlings too. So as soon as a smooth hatch comes out here, I'm going to start putting them into one of these ranches. Yeah, I'm going to probably move on to this, but I am going to wait until we have a decent amount of barbecue before I do the don't make the same mistake twice and delete all of these mealwood seeds to get us by. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take another dupe, choose a blueprint. Let's see about what do we got here. Gosh, I don't really suit wearing it, but they're narcoleptic. I hate that. They do have a hard digging skill, germ resistant, and decreased activity. We don't really need another cook. I tell you what, I'm going to take the fried mushrooms here, but we are very quickly getting to a point where we can take on some more dupes. So yeah, I'm going to core out the rest of this biome, and I think, because we're getting a little short on time, that may be the last thing we do here. And then maybe in the next episode, we will probably start pumping this over here. We will probably try to tame this to get some extra water, maybe build out our base. There's a lot of little projects that we got to get going. So let's go ahead and let the dupes do their thing. And yeah, when an employee number 3 is finally skill scrubbed, I'll pop back in. Employee number 3 is finally done, and we are back in action. So what we are going to do is go into his skills. We're going to put him into improved carrying twice. I guess we'll have to give him that. He has a suit on, and now exosuit training for employee number 3. All right. None of our other people right now are at a point where I feel we can use them. Athletics 8, athletics 6, 7. Yeah, we still got some time. They still need to cook a little bit on the old wheel, but yeah, now see he has an athletics of 14 when his base level is 10. So he's going to do good in our suits over here. So now we will let employee number 3 out of the base. We should probably even build a few more. Oh, I did that on purpose. I did it on purpose. I wanted it up there. I'm just kidding. So yeah, we will go ahead and do that. What are these made out of? Copper? We don't have any copper? That's interesting. I guess we are out of copper. Okay, so let's queue up some copper real quick. 15 pieces of copper. And then we will also make 3 more suits. All right. Yeah, so we will... Oh, worn Atmos suit. Oh, that's right. You have to repair them forever. There we go. I forgot about that. They changed something since I played it a long time ago, where now the Atmos suits will wear out, and you have to queue it up here to get it to repair them. I almost forgot about that. It's a good thing I kind of remembered. All right, so I think it's about ready. We busted through here and got some of this water down. So now all of the water should fall straight down into here if we just start digging. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. So we had a little power problem, and I decided to upgrade the wires and the grid a little bit. I kept having some overloads because I had one line that was potentially 3,000 on the load. So what we've done here is we have upgraded everything to a heavy watt wire coming through the power, feeding a bunch of transformers. And now we've kind of separated all of these to be basically on its own kind of transformer, making the potential loads lots smaller. All of these potential loads are less than 1,000. Some of them are pretty close, but for the most part, most of these are not that bad anymore. The main thing is I was trying to depollute all this oxygen up here because of the germs. I just doing it for my own sake. But I realized that all of these conveyor loaders and auto sweepers were basically overloading the system as a whole. So I decided to go ahead and just kind of fix up this grid a little bit and make this a little bit better. So this should be done in no time. It kind of took us away from what we were doing over here in the biome, but I did also realize that this biome goes way deeper than I expected. I did not know that it was going to be this deep, so I think we might cut it off here for now and kind of let this be. They're doing a good job of cleaning this out, but I am way over time today for this episode, and I have quite a bit of stuff that's queued up in the background, so I will probably cut it out for now. So if you are liking the series, don't forget to hit that like button and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted anytime an Oxygen Not Included uploads. There's other content on the page or on the channel, so please feel free to view some of the other stuff that we got going. So if you want to share this with a friend that enjoys Oxygen Not Included too, suggest that they subscribe so that they can be alerted as well. So this is Addo from Addo's Playtime, and I will see you in the next episode. And remember to keep gaming for the love of games.